It began as just another work party. Her boss had invited a handful of clients, colleagues, and friends, and I agreed to tag along. I didn't expect much, just a polite evening, a few laughs, maybe some drinks. But the moment we walked in, I realized something had shifted. My wife, Rachel, smiled at everyone except me. She greeted her boss warmly, joked and chatted with her colleagues, and even leaned slightly closer to one of the younger male employees. I tried catching her eye once, twice, a small smile, a gentle touch on her arm, but she acted like I wasn't even there. The laughter, the energy, the way she moved the room, it all screamed that she had created a world where I didn't exist. I tried to brush it off at first, telling myself she was just nervous, that she was being professional. But the more I watched, the worse it got. She laughed at every joke, leaned in, her hand brushing someone else's arm as though I wasn't standing beside her. Every glance I made was met with polite avoidance or a quick shake of the head. The guests hadn't noticed yet, but I had. That was enough. That night, I realized I'd been living in a life where my presence no longer mattered to her. She wasn't just distant. She was erasing me, showing the world I was nothing more than background noise. The drink in my hand grew heavier with every passing minute. I tried making small talk with the people around me, but my attention kept drifting back to her. The laughter, the soft whispers, the flirtatious gestures. It was deliberate, calculated. And then it happened. The moment that broke me, her boss complimented her in front of everyone, leaning in a little too close, speaking with familiarity I'd never seen. Rachel didn't pull back. She didn't hesitate. She laughed, lightly touched his arm. My chest tightened, not with anger at first, but with the realization that she had been performing for a completely different audience, and I was nothing but a prop in her show. I could have confronted her right then, in front of everyone, demanded explanations, shouted, cried, made a scene, anything. But something inside me shifted. I had spent months hoping she'd notice me again, hoping she'd come back, hoping the love I thought we shared was real. But standing there, watching her act as if I were invisible, I understood. That hope was over. I wasn't angry. I was clear. She had chosen her audience over me, her career, her ego, her little world, and I had no place in it. That realization settled into my bones like ice. I excused myself politely, but when I reached the door, I stopped. I looked back at her, laughing, leaning in toward someone else, completely unbothered by my absence. Her boss and colleagues noticed me standing there for a split second, waiting for my reaction. And in that moment, I realized walking out was the only statement I needed to make. I didn't have to yell. I didn't have to accuse her. I didn't have to beg. Silence, presence, absence. Sometimes those speak louder than any argument ever could. As I opened the door and stepped outside, a wave of calm washed over me. The chatter and laughter faded behind me, replaced by the quiet of the night. I didn't look back. I didn't hesitate. And inside, I felt a quiet, private satisfaction imagining the shock on her face when she realized I was gone. Her carefully constructed world, where she was queen and I was invisible, had been exposed. At least to me, I hadn't shouted. I hadn't cried. I hadn't humiliated her. I had simply left, and that was more powerful than any words could have been. Walking away, I felt a strange mix of grief and liberation. For years, I had believed in the life we were building together, trust, love, shared dreams. And for years, I had ignored the cracks, the subtle signs, the little betrayals that led to this night. But now, each step away from that party felt like shedding a weight I had carried far too long. Every laugh and whisper from inside became just noise, irrelevant, meaningless. She had chosen a world without me. And for the first time, I truly understood I didn't have to stay in that world to survive or to thrive. I didn't know where I was going, and I didn't care. I just walked past the streetlights, past parked cars, past everything that reminded me of the life I thought we shared. Every memory, every joke, every quiet dinner, every night I thought she held me close faded as I put distance between us. I wasn't seeking revenge. I wasn't looking for anger or humiliation. I didn't want her to regret it. I wanted to reclaim myself, to step out of her carefully crafted illusion and back into my own reality, where I mattered to me first. That night, I stayed in my car for a while, letting the silence settle. I didn't call anyone. I didn't check my phone. I just breathed, letting the truth sink in. The life I thought we had was gone, and I had the power to walk away without looking back. Inside, it was a bitter sting, yes, but beneath it, clarity. I had given enough of myself to someone who no longer saw me. And now, I could give that care and attention back to myself. I could choose where I wanted to be. And for the first time in months, I felt free. The next morning, my phone exploded with messages. Angry, apologetic, confused. She begged me to explain, to talk, to return. But I didn't reply. I didn't need to. My actions the night before had spoken louder than words ever could. I had left, not on impulse, not in anger, but because I finally understood my worth, and because the life I thought we shared had been an illusion. I never looked back, and for the first time, I felt her absence not as pain, but as liberation.